I came to Mount Carmel because I wanted to be part of something special. And I wanted to compete against the best, to be quite honest. This school draws folks from all around the area. So it's like an all-star team, whether you're a student or an athlete, right? So I was a kid that came from Chicago Heights. It was a 45-minute train ride to get here every day. I could have gone somewhere closer, but I made that sacrifice, that investment in myself to come to this school. And when I would talk to people in the neighborhood, when they would ask the question, where are you thinking about going? And I would mention Mount Carmel, they would kind of perk up. And you could see the respect that the school draws. I didn't get that sense when I visited any of the other schools that I was considering, and turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. The history and tradition, you walk in, and in every sport, you see the trophy cases, it's littered with trophies from literally every sport. And you just understand that there is something special about this place. There's a standard of excellence that, in my opinion, doesn't exist anywhere else to this degree. And so, for me, it always sent chills down my spine. I not only wanted to be part of this tradition, I wanted to be part of adding to this tradition. That's part of our responsibility. And I was the first in my family to graduate from high school, the first to have a chance to go to college, and essentially, break the cycle. I came from humble beginnings, and that was kind of my draw to come to this place too. It got me out of the elements of the neighborhood. It brought me to a place where you had to be focused and disciplined to make it, because you were competing against the best. And I was inspired by the classmates that were around me, the teammates that were around me. They pushed me to be better, to be the best that I could be. And so, for me, it was transformative. They say, there's that old saying, you come to Carmel as a boy, if you care to work and struggle at it, you'll leave a man. To me, that's exactly what this experience was all about. It was transformative in many ways. The friends that I had back in the neighborhood in Chicago Heights that went to Bloom or Marian Catholic, they went to a school that it was an easy choice for them. They were dealing with a lot of drama in the hallways. They weren't focused on achieving or striving to be the best that they could be, or winning championships, or getting a college degree. They were kind of going through the motions. Here, you're taking a train ride, for me, 45 minutes every day to go to a destination that was supposed to lead to something great. And so I was determined to make the most of that time and that investment. You don't want to make that sacrifice and just blow it away. And for me, my parents put a lot into this experience too. They had to work hard to help pay tuition. I wanted to capture every element of that experience and make the most of it. And that's what kept me, that's what drove me each and every day. To get up a little earlier, to make that train ride, to stay a little later, spend a little more time studying the playbook, spend a little more time studying that geometry homework. And I just wanted to honor that commitment. So my sophomore year, I was pulled up to play on the varsity. I was the only sophomore to play on the varsity that year. We had a very good team. We started in the playoffs, and in the first round of the playoffs, our starting quarterback that went down with a rib injury midway through the game. So I finished the game, and then Coach Frank Lenti comes up to me afterwards, and he's like, you got the ball for the next game, where you're gonna start. And I was never so scared in my life. And so Coach Frank understood what was going on and how I was feeling. He had a conversation with our captain, Eddie Stewart, and he was a stud, and somebody that everybody on the team respected. And I'm sitting in the locker room after the final practice by myself, just kind of panicking, like, what am I gonna do here? And he comes and he sits next to me, and he says, hey, he said, what are you worried about? We see what you do in practice every day. We got you, just do what you do every day, and we're gonna win the game. And he kind of mentally settled me down, and that support, particularly from a senior and a captain, it was immeasurable. I don't know in the moment that he understood how big that was for me, but we went out and we ended up winning that game. I think it was 29-12, and that set us on the course to win that second state championship. And so that to me speaks to the brotherhood that we talk about at this school. You're part of something bigger than yourself, all unified and together. And I will tell you that element exists to this day. These guys come from all walks of life around the area. We would have never met if it weren't for this experience. But today, even to this day, we check up on each other, we look out for each other, we do for each other, we care for each other. And when I talk to folks from the old neighborhood that did not go to Mount Carmel, they don't have any of that. So I've never regretted this decision at all. Mount Carmel prepared me for success after high school in a variety of different ways. I mean, you come here, you start to understand what hard work really means, sacrifice, what it really means and what it gets you. hard work, dedication, overcoming adversity, you truly begin to understand the importance of having the right people around you with the right mindset. And so, as I look at what I do today as an executive for a Fortune 500 company, those are all elements that transfer to success in the professional world, and all elements I try to instill and reinforce with the team that I lead today. Mount Carmel to me in one word is brotherhood. There's a history and tradition here that you have a certain responsibility to help uphold. And so, you kind of carry that back with you when you go back home. And, the fact that I have developed relationships and strong bonds with a group of brothers from different walks of life that will be there forever, and I will always be there for them, like, that is immeasurable to me. We went through a life-changing, kind of transformative experience together here at Carmel in our 4 years. It was truly, truly special for each of us. We continue to inspire each other, cheer each other on, support each other when they're down. A lot of teams and businesses or schools will say it, they'll talk the talk, but we walk the walk. And that brotherhood is real, it's strong. What this school provided for me was structure, a sense of togetherness, discipline, and true sincerity and caring. Like, the coaches and teachers that got on me, they essentially were doing it out of love to make sure that I was learning the lessons I needed to learn to be a positive contributor to society and successful in life. And that's one of the reasons that I think this experience was so worthwhile. A lot of people won't invest the time, effort, energy to do that. And here, they're trying to shape men. They're trying to shape successful men that contribute positively to society. It's a special thing to be a part of. I would tell students that are thinking about coming here, think beyond just the next 4 years. Think about what you want your life story to look like and how you want it to read. I was the only one from the neighborhood to go here. I didn't know anybody. There was a bit of risk and sacrifice involved in that. But what it led to was focus and discipline for me. I graduated in the top 10% of my class. I was part of 3 state championship teams. All of that allowed me to get recruited by an awesome school, Northwestern University, where I graduated with 2 degrees, undergraduate and master's degree, all on a football scholarship. I was part of 2 Big Ten championship teams and a captain on the last one. And now I'm a senior executive at a Fortune 500 company. And so I say that because I want incoming or prospective student athletes or students to understand the art of the possible. I didn't go with the easy choice. If easy is what you want, have the easy route, this is not the place for you. But if you want to put in the work, sacrifice to be part of something special and achieve something great, sky's the limit. You can achieve anything. And right now I'm living a life that I never could have dreamt. And I owe that to Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel set the foundation for me. I'm very grateful.